One of the reasons I wanted to make a return to scripted content was because I'm autistic. That may seem like a weird opening sentence, but trust me, there's more to this. Autistic people generally really hate being misunderstood, and so we have a tendency to over-explain things. This trait, combined with my ADHD to, as the experts put it, go off on one, leads to my unscripted content being extremely long and extremely rambly, and unfortunately with the over-explaining, I sometimes don't explain myself clearly, ironically. I even started a new segment on this channel called The Second Trial, where I go back to old videos of mine and redo them, mostly my unscripted, so I can add nuance where there wasn't much and I can add organization and clarification to my thoughts. I bring this up because every single one of my news videos is unscripted. They have to be by their nature, as they are mostly reaction videos, basically taking the patch notes or PTB first impressions or dev updates and providing my thoughts in almost real time. And as such, I often say things that are not said correctly, or I forget to add nuance and more. In my update video for the 8.0.2 bug fix packs, I called the 4 nerfs they applied to Vecna too much, and said in the title of that video that they over-nerfed him. Some people decided to take that title and twist it around, saying that I thought the character was dead or gutted, even though I literally never said that, and in fact I actually said quite the opposite within that same video. Something can be over-nerfed without it being DOA, and I know the character is still strong. In fact, I don't think his power level moved at all. He's still in the top of B, same fucking place he was when I first described him. Vecna was, and still is, a jack of all trades and a master of none. A killer with many tools who does things decently but not good enough to push him into A tier. His map traversal, zoning, anti-loop, and info are simply not strong enough and never have been strong enough to keep him in the A tier, and people stating that he was broken were the ones that were actually overreacting. What annoyed me was 2 things, and I said this much in that video. 1, it was the principle of the nerfs. They came as the result of incessant whining, and by the time they were pushed through, the only people whining were the ones who refused to learn what everyone else was already learning. I played a ton of Vecna after his release, and it took maybe a week for the counterplay to start showing up, and people to start playing against him properly on a semi-regular basis. My guess is by the time Castlevania comes to the game in August, most of this community will understand how to play against him. And number 2, none of the nerfs were changes Vecna actually needed. I was actually working on an entire video about the minor things that needed to be changed to bring him into the world of perfect balance and consistency. Things like having Vorpal Sword charge Spirit Fury, make it to where I can't mage hand a pallet of survivors vaulting, any meansing or kin trapping, lowering the Skelly hit box so that the counter is dodging them, not just hit crouch I win, haha fuck you killer, letting me start with spells off cooldown and more. I had in my long list of changes a healthy dose of buffs and nerfs, but I lost all motivation to even try because what did it matter if behavior was just going to go through with the changes any fucking way? Instead of actually giving it some time, behavior just started nerfing him, and on top of that throwing unnecessary nerfs onto the character, then why bother to care? The point in my reaction video and what I was trying to get at was that over-nerfing doesn't mean the character is dead, or even that his weaknesses are too harsh. It means that they took it too far. Even if the distance too far was an inch, it was still an inch too far. Vecna's nerfs represented a problem I have with DBD community over behavior themselves, a problem I've had for a long time where people don't like to try and learn how a new killer works before calling for the nerf arrow to be shot through my heart like an evil game balancing Cupid. Some nerfs to killers are needed, and I'm not saying I wouldn't have been open to the mage hand pickup timing nerf. In fact, like I said in that video, if that had been the only nerf, I would have just been mildly irritated, but I wouldn't have felt defeated. Instead, they chose to nerf Vecna's weakest spell, the Skelly Boys, for no goddamn reason, give Telekinesis Ring a meaningless effect no one will ever use outside of shit meme builds, and nerf Vorpal Sword for no goddamn reason. With all that being said, how does Vecna feel now? Truth is about the same, and I knew he would because that was never my point. But I played him offline for around 4 hours, and he's still a fun, intricate killer that I fell in love with. But much like my real romantic life, I'm scared to fall in love, because let's say this isn't enough. Let's say people keep bitching. How much more will he be hit? What if he receives the Hillbilly treatment? Remember when Hillbilly was given a change that dropped him from S down to D, and they took years to fix him and bring him up to the top of A, and how after that massive buff, people started bitching again, wanting the character to return to a pitiful state because people aren't happy facing any killer they can't walk all over for free? Is that likely to happen? No, but what if it does? I have attachment issues. Don't at me. I never thought Vecna was inherently weaker from the changes. I was mad that the changes even happened. I was defeated in that shit just can't be left alone for more than 2 seconds, and it really feels shitty for it to happen to your main, the character you love most, to get unnecessary nerfs because people couldn't be asked to learn the fucking game that they play. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what you think down below. And as always, a great big special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. If you want to find out how to become a channel member today and get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, and more, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Need more Kaiser in your life? Well, I've got you covered. Check out my second channel, The Kaiser Extras, where I upload full gameplays, stream compilations, me reacting to your Dead by Daylight clips, and more. We also upload a daily short with all the greatest clips from stream. We'll see you over there. Link is in the description.